Tales is an upcoming point-and-click adventure game made by Ape Marina, the same indie developers that manufacture Donald Owl and the Ghost of Barker Manor. This game was created using Adventure Game Studios and is available in 4 distinct languages. In this game, you play the role of Alfred Walsh, an out-of-work layabout who recently applied as a curator of a nearby library after the previous librarian's death due to heart failure. Thinking this would be an easy job with very minimal effort, Alfred goes to the interview and is asked to spend the rest of the day tending the library to see if he is the right man for the job. However, Alfred's curiosity gets the better of him as he discovers a mysterious and ancient chest laying on the floor. After locating the key and opening the chest, he discovers a decrepit black book as being the trunk's only possession. Thinking nothing of it, Alfred decides to read it, but in doing so unleashes a mysterious figure in a black robe named Oblivion, who issues cryptic threats before vanishing into the bookshelves, turning many of the volumes black in the process. Upon obtaining a note left by the previous curator, Alfred finds out that upon reading a particular book within the library, he is then spiritually transported into the novel and can interact with the world within the book. With the aid of Merlin, the wizard, he learns that Oblivion is purposely trying to erase all the tales which have been told and retold by man since the dawn of time, which are all being kept within this very library. Now as the newly appointed guardian, Alfred must gain the aid of Gilgamesh, the first to ever defeat Oblivion, and seal the demon away before all of mankind's treasured history is lost forever. Everything in this game is controlled with the mouse, and there's a quick tutorial that helps you upon ending of the first cutscene. The right mouse button allows you to examine objects you can interact with, and the left mouse button lets you either pick up things or talk to an NPC. You also click the left mouse button to move, or double tap on exits to either walk faster or transition between scenes at a quicker pace, making backtracking a little less tedious than if your character was walking at his normal pace. Your inventory system is on the top of the screen, which you can interact with at any time, using the left mouse button to select or use, or the right mouse button to cancel the action. The graphics of this game, much like Donald Owl, are hand-drawn and very well detailed. Each setting is different from another, showing off the diversity of each tale and giving off more of a sense of adventure with every world you enter. This fact is even more prevalent with the music, which currently is the music of Kevin MacLeod, but will eventually have its own personal soundtrack by Italian composer Luigi De Guida. The puzzles vary greatly from simple to complex, but for the most part, it's forgiving in its execution and allows the player time to test out solutions and solve it on their own terms. Only objects you can interact with have subtitles, and thus far the items in question used to solve the riddles are in the same vicinity, though I don't know if that will be the case for the finished project. The one nitpick I wouldn't mind seeing upon completion of this title is the one thing I wish to have seen in Donald Owl: voice acting. I understand it's difficult to find actors sometimes, especially ones that you can use for multiple languages, and yet I feel hearing this fascinating story and interesting characters would greatly benefit from having actual voices. But aside from that minor thought, the most I'd like to see from this game is its completion, and see where this tale will go, or what kind of puzzles the developers plan to put in. This tech demo was very short, and yet it had just the right amount of fun and intrigue to get me hooked. This team took what they learned from their previous titles, which were pretty solid to begin with, and made it even better. I can't wait to see what's in store for this title, and hopefully it will come out sometime this year. If you enjoy a good adventure with a dose of puzzle solving, then Tales is definitely the tale for you. Look for this game's release come mid-2015.